All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for all the people that actually attended or started to get into the webinar early. I know that some of you guys have been waiting kind of 5 to 10 minutes. I'm just going to literally, start in about 30 or 45 seconds. I do apologise. We had some emails during the week saying that people were going to be running a little bit late, 5 or 10 minutes, but we're certainly not going to wait for those people. But I am going to give everyone else 30 seconds. We've literally got people just coming onto the webinar now, so welcome. And again, thank you for the guys that I kind of logged on at about 10 to 1 and Melbourne time, and there was a bunch of people. It was probably 20, 25 people already waiting. So I do want to say thank you. So again, another 30 seconds, guys, and we'll get straight into it. It's going to be a pretty big webinar, chock full of information, and we're going to do some live Q&A at the end, which is going to be fantastic. So another 15 or 20 seconds, and we'll get straight into it. So literally people are still coming on the line. This is pretty much going to be, I'd say, that the second biggest webinar we've ever done in the last 2 years. We've had so many people register, and I realise that not everyone can actually make the attend the actual live webinar, but we're recording this, and we are going to be sending out a recording. Bar technical problems, we had some technical problems last month, and we couldn't get it out. So GoToWebinar does tend to play up at times. But okay, guys, another 10 seconds, and we'll get straight into it. Let's grab a sip of my water. So I know we've got some personal trainers all over the country. We've even got some clients, so they're in the US and Canada. So we've got people all over the world in this webinar, so it's going to be fantastic. Okay, so hi everyone. Welcome to another live PT business coaching webinar. Why every career personal trainer should be earning 100,000 plus per year easily. Very quickly. My name is Frank Smerelli, one of the co-founders of PT Business Coaches. I know there's a bunch of people that know that already. We are now the world's leading business educators for personal trainers. I'm super excited about today's business training webinar because I'm going to be sharing with you the secret ingredient you must have to earn more money in the fitness industry. Like most of our PT Business Coaching webinars, I'll deliver great content, guys, for about 35 or 40 minutes, and then I'll do live Q&A for the remainder of our time together. So before we move on, can you all please click onto the little red icon with the arrow to the top right of your screen, the little red icon to the top right of your screen. This opens up to your chat box. This is where you want to ask questions at the end of the webinar. So if everyone could just type in, yes, Frank, or cool. I just want to do an audio check. Just give me a cool or yes, perfect. I've got a perfect there from Brad. If you could just type in, yes, Frank, I could hear you, just so I can make sure that everyone in the webinar. George, thank you. James, thank you. Ruby, thank you. Yes. Yep, cool, clear. I can hear you. Frank, I can hear you. Cheers, bud. Thank you, Billy. Darren, all good. Jackie, Luke, Stoke. Okay, beautiful. Thank you. All right, guys, awesome stuff. Let's get into it. So very quickly, I want to have it. I've got a special gift. Brad and I, one of the other co-founders of PT Business Coaches, got a really cool gift for everyone that stays onto the webinar to the very end. So 2 coach training videos. Number 1, become a Jedi marketer. Here I take you through the 5 key fundamental marketing laws to generate more leads into your PT business faster. This has been taken straight out of our PT Business Accelerator program. So please, please, please do not share it with anyone. Training video number 2, how to double your boot camp and transformation numbers. Again, guys, this has been taken directly from our Business Accelerator program. And I share with you the exact systems to get your short-term programs sold out without actually having to spend more money on marketing. Now, so both these business training videos are yours when you stay to the very end during live Q&A. And again, please don't share with anyone. They have been taken directly out of our business growth membership program. So again, those 2 videos for you at the end of the webinar. They'll be sent to you by your inbox. Now, before I launch into the main content of this live training webinar, I want to share with you a little bit about my journey from poor PT, from very poor personal trainer in the early 90s to international PT coach and mentor. I've been actively involved in the fitness industry since the very early 90s, first as a personal trainer, then as a personal training studio owner, including being a multiple club here in Melbourne. When I first started working as a personal trainer in Australia, things were a lot different back in 1992. Personal training wasn't mainstream in this country. It was almost frowned upon, to be quite honest. In fact, my dad couldn't believe that I wanted to do this as a career after studying business marketing at RMIT. So I really struggled and bumbled my way through to 1995, from 92 to 95, and earning about $200 per week, working out of 3 different health clubs in Melbourne. I was kind of lost. I know I wanted to be a trainer, but earning $200 a week, living at home wasn't a great start. And then in 1996, one of my best buddies, Dave, spoke to me about opening up, our very own PT studio here in the affluent suburb of Brighton. For those people that are familiar with Melbourne and Brighton, it's probably the second most affluent suburb behind Toorak. So it was a very, very affluent area. I jumped at the opportunity. I thought this is going to be awesome. So again, really struggled and bumbled my way to 95, 96, and then I got a fantastic opportunity. So on May 26, 1996, we opened up a personal training studio here in Melbourne, the suburb of Brighton. But this wasn't just any PT studio, guys. This was the largest personal training studio at the time in this country, and it was actually set up like a fully equipped health club. Now, owning and operating the largest PT business in Australia sounded much sexier than it actually was. For those first few years was so tough. They were probably the toughest that I've ever experienced in business. It was a real struggle. In fact, it was a massive struggle. Hardly any leads, no idea about sales. I didn't have a clue about accounts, running accounts, or actually really didn't have much of an idea about how to run a business. We had increasing overheads and bills that we finally couldn't pay. The rent finally caught up with us, and I actually had to ask my father for more money to help us keep the doors open. Not a great start for an aspiring personal trainer or business person. Those couple of years, those first few years from 96 to 98 were really, really tough, and I think we almost went under about 6 times if it wasn't for my father bailing us out. I remember the cornerstone of my meals back then were eggs and tuna, because that's all I could basically afford to eat, and I wasn't a competitive bodybuilder either. I had no money and lots of debt, not to mention huge responsibilities, all at the age of 25. I was 25 and Dave was 24, my business partner at the time. I know what it's like, guys, trying to build a client base. I know what it's like trying to build a personal training business from the ground up. And I know what it's like being in the trenches, getting up at 5 a.m. every single morning. Geez, I hated that. And getting home at 9 o'clock. I'm a night person. I didn't mind the late nights. I was feeling completely and utterly exhausted. I was working my absolute butt off, working 80 hours per week and only earning $50. If you work that out, that's like 60 cents per hour. That's how well I was going in the mid to late 90s. Things were really, really tough. You may be able to relate, but working hard and still struggling to pay bills and actually get ahead. That was my life for many years. I was constantly stressed. I was frustrated. I was pulling my hair out every day. It's probably one of the main reasons why I don't actually have hair at the moment. And then at the end of 1998, at the very end of it, it was November, December 1998, something happened that changed the way I viewed not only my business, but business in general. One of my personal trainers, Emma Cowan, introduced me to a business coach that I ended up working with for about 12 months. It literally changed my entire destiny. And it's one of the main reasons why I do what I do today. Coach and mentor fitness professionals in all parts of the globe. It's a pretty cool job. My coach and mentor taught me about business models, customer service, lead generation, sales, client retention, and the importance of business systems. It was like doing a PhD in small business, literally. My coach taught me about blue sky thinking, to understand where my business was currently at, but then to visualize what I wanted to achieve, not only now, but also in the future. Blue sky thinking is when you imagine that all things are possible for you and your business, just like looking up at a clear blue sky with no limits. You project forward several years and you imagine that your PT business is not only surviving, guys, but absolutely thriving. You then look back to where you are today and you ask yourself this question: what would have to have happened for me to have created a powerful and highly profitable personal training business? You then come back to where you are in the present moment in your own mind, and then you ask, what would have to have happened from this point forward for me to achieve my business goals and my future business goals? And this brings me to a very, very interesting point about mindset and business success, because this is what my coach taught me. I often speak to personal trainers. Brad and I often speak to many personal trainers, a lot of personal trainers that have a block about earning enough or more money than they currently are at the moment. Recently, I spoke to 2 personal trainers here in South Australia, Adelaide, about our 12-month Business Accelerator program. And after a long discussion, they simply said, Frank, we really haven't got the $49 per week for the program. And my immediate response was, if they didn't think that they could generate one extra 30-minute session per week, 1 minute 30 PT session per week to pay for the program, then they had a lot of work to do on their mindset. A mindset based on I can't, or that's too hard, or I won't be able to do that, I can't achieve that, already puts you at a disadvantage in terms of the growth of your personal training business. Additionally, if PTs are not upskilling themselves in this digital marketing world that we live in, then they're making it harder for themselves to succeed in the future. So it isn't necessarily a lack of marketing knowledge, guys, that stops trainers from earning more money and building a more successful personal training business, although marketing, and more specifically lead generations, is what brings prospects in your business. So yes, it is important. Sales knowledge is also important, yet it's not the number one thing that stops personal trainers from making more money in the fitness industry. The sometimes forgotten art of customer retention is also very important, especially now that there are so many personal trainers operating in all places across the marketplace. Still, it's not the number one factor that stops and hinders personal trainers from building and making more money every single month. It's really important. Please understand, you need to have know-how when it comes to your business marketing, sales, and client retention. After all, these are the three key pillars to grow a more successful personal training business. Having said that, guys, it's still not the number one thing that stops personal trainers from creating more wealth in their PT business. Quite simply, it's their mindset. They have subconscious blocks that they may or may not be aware of. Like the two guys from Adelaide, if they believe that they can't add one extra session a week into their diary to pay for our PT Business Accelerator program, then what chance do they have of earning 100,000 K plus per year? A figure that I believe every single career personal training in our industry should be striving to achieve with time. The fundamental particles of atoms are protons, electrons, and neutrons. Bit of a physics nerd. They make up the nucleus of an atom. Just as protons, neutrons, and electrons make up the nucleus of an atom, the nucleus or fundamental element of your mindset is made up of your core beliefs. It is so important to understand that the fundamental element of your mindset is made up of your core beliefs. Your core beliefs are called core because they are deeply held views and opinions that you hold about every little thing and big thing in your life. The core beliefs that you hold on to consciously or subconsciously either support or stop you from achieving more success in your personal training and business life. The great James Allen, the English philosopher and author, once said, "The outer condition of a person's life will always be found to reflect their inner beliefs." The outer conditions of a person's life will always be found to reflect their inner beliefs. Your inside world is a mirror reflection of your outside world. If you have a can't-do mindset, then you'll always struggle to achieve business, personal, and financial goals. If you have a can-do mindset, then you'll always look to find a way. You have a solutions-based attitude and mindset. This core belief will support you on your way to building and creating a more successful and profitable personal training business. And I don't care how passionate people are about the fitness industry. At the end of the day, you can be as passionate as you want to be, but you always want to be earning a decent living. I'm passionate about what I'm doing, but if I wasn't making money, I probably wouldn't do it because, raising a family is not easy these days in 2015. So passion will only take you, it'll only take you a certain way down your journey. You've got to be able to make sure that you can earn enough money to have a comfortable living. And this is what this webinar is all about. Beliefs are the foundation of excellence. They underpin your business and personal success. In fact, beliefs act as like the lock and key to your ultimate success. Beliefs are what empower seamlessly ordinary people to achieve amazing results, extraordinary results. Your beliefs become a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's so important to understand that your beliefs, your core beliefs, become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Whatever you believe strongly about becomes your reality. It is that simple. There is a force in the world that determines and controls your attitude, your thoughts, your language, your feelings, your decisions, your actions, and what you actually vibrate into the universe. That force is your core beliefs. Your beliefs are the skeleton, the scaffolding of your life. Remember, they form the nucleus of your mindset. It's so important to realize that there are two very different and distinct core beliefs that you hold on to. Very important. If you're making notes, this is the time to start making notes. Number one, empowering beliefs. Number two, disempowering beliefs. Empowering beliefs are beliefs that expand, serve, and support your life. They serve and support your life. They lead to a more fulfilling life, be it personal or business. Disempowering beliefs constrict, stagnate, and stifle your life. These beliefs hold you back, cloud your mind, scatter your thoughts, and immobilize you. I'm going to say that again. These beliefs, these disempowering beliefs that we all hold on to, cloud your mind, scatter your thoughts, and immobilize you. These beliefs stop your business and personal development. The disempowering beliefs you hold on to dampen your spirit, and they lead to a loss of personal power. You look at the most successful personal trainers in your state or in your country, and I love seeing personal trainers that are, making $1 million plus per year or even more. We've got, quite a few members at the moment that are on $1 million turnover a year. They own studios, and you'll see the types of beliefs that they actually hold on to, or what beliefs they see their world through. Your beliefs create your reality. Your beliefs create your reality. To have a different reality, your beliefs need to change first. I often look at personal trainers just kind of stumbling and bumbling like I did in the early 90s, and I see some of our members that are turning over $1 million plus per year. And the biggest difference to me is their belief system. That trainer that's earning kind of $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 a year, and the trainer that's earning $1 million plus in gross revenue that has a studio has a different mindset and a different belief system than the one that's struggling. When we change our underlying belief, everything changes. When we replace limiting or disempowering beliefs with empowering beliefs, we are able to much easily achieve our business and meaningful personal goals. Through my self-obsession of reading, in particular, biographies of people that have achieved great deeds over the last 2,000 years and how the beliefs affect our level of happiness, fulfillment, and success, I constantly discovered that the common factor that all these high achievers share is a strong self-belief in their quest to reach their business and personal goals. On the flip side, those that don't reach their goals lack self-belief. It really is that simple. I bumped into a personal trainer a few weeks ago at the local gym that I train at, and I said, I haven't seen you for a while. And his response was, I got out of the industry, Frank. Upon asking why, he simply said, mate, it was just too hard to grow a PT business. And I left it there because I could see in his eyes that he had no real belief in his own ability to actually become a successful personal trainer. You could literally feel the energy coming off him. And I thought, you know what, this guy's gone again. I don't know what he's doing now, but I'm sure he's gone back to his previous job. He's pouring beers. And we meet a lot of personal trainers that come in the industry, maybe out of the hospitality industry, or they might have been doing a trade, and they come in and after a year, 18 months, they're out of the industry. In fact, there's a damning statistic at the moment that was released by IHRSA saying that 80% of personal trainers that come into the industry don't actually see a third year. And I can guarantee this has nothing to do with how good that personal trainer is at prescribing nutritional plans or functional exercises or putting together programming for over 55s, the seniors. It has nothing to do with that. It's got to do with their level of belief system, their mindset, and their attitude. Henry Ford once said, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. What he's actually saying here is, we create our life with what we actually think and feel, and most of all, what we believe about ourselves, good, bad, or indifferent. I often say the primary difference between a personal trainer that achieves all their business and financial goals and one that simply doesn't is that the former has the ability to identify their disempowering beliefs and lets them go or breaks through them no matter what. That trainer then takes massive action to achieve their goals. So it's not a matter of just believing that you can achieve 100,000 plus per year. And again, I want to confirm that every career personal trainer should be earning 100,000 K plus per year. There is no excuse as long as you are taking your business serious. There is absolutely no excuse why people, personal trainers, career personal trainers, cannot be earning those sorts of money. Now, I'm not sure what disempowering or limiting beliefs you may be holding on to consciously or unconsciously. Please don't sit there and say that I haven't got limiting beliefs. I went to see Anthony Robbins in 2010 do Unleash the Power Within, UPW. I'm not sure if everyone here is familiar with Anthony Robbins. And one of the first things he says within his first initial speech was, I have disempowering beliefs. I have negative thought patterns as well. It's, for someone like him who's such a powerful unit, for him to say that, I think everyone in the crowd kind of sighed and swore, wow, if he's got limiting beliefs, if he's holding on to disempowering beliefs, it's okay if I have some. So please don't be sitting there thinking, I've got no negative belief systems, or I don't have disempowering beliefs. We all have, consciously or subconsciously. The key is, this is not a webinar, guys, based on helping you break through your limiting or disempowering beliefs. But I will, however, I want to share something with you. I highly recommend everyone on this webinar buy this book. T. Harv Eker is an author of The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind book. I highly recommend everyone on this webinar, please read this book. The whole book is based on building up your mindset and your belief systems for success. Now, I've read over 4,000 books in the last 24 years. I'm an absolute nerd. One of my staff members used to call me a GERD when I had my studio many years ago. That was like in between a geek and a nerd, a GERD. I thought that was really cool. I hope you're not offended. I thought that's a compliment. To this day, I still think that it's probably one of the best business mindset books I've ever read. It'll cost you about $14 from Amazon. So please order it, guys. It is an absolute gem of a book. Brad and I just reread it probably about 2 months ago, and I've read it 3 times, and I actually probably enjoyed it more the third time. It is such a powerful book. In this book, Eker basically actually takes the readers through a simple reprogramming exercise that I'm going to be sharing with you now. So if you want to take some notes, please do so now. I'm just going to grab a sip of water. It really is an amazing book. I'd have to say, big call. I know I've read over 4,000 books, maybe my top 10, top 12 books of all time. So number 1, step 1 is awareness. Please write down, don't do it now, but please write down all the limiting or disempowering beliefs that you have about yourself in relation to business and money. For example, I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough when it comes to business. I don't have enough knowledge in terms of marketing and sales and social media. So write down your disempowering beliefs. Just let them flow. Remember, we've all got them. Literally pull out a notepad and pen and start writing until you've completely out of bad stuff, all the shit that you say about yourself. Step number 2, understanding. Write down how you believe these statements have affected your business, finances, and life so far. So, for example, they've stopped me from making more money through my personal training business. They've stopped me from creating my online program, which is my ultimate goal. They've stopped me from earning $100,000 plus per year. So number 2, very important, understanding. Number 3, dissociation. Can you see how these false statements about yourself are not true? They only exist in your mind. They are merely formed through interpretations of events earlier in life. Limiting or disempowering beliefs like I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough, I'm not educated enough, don't actually exist. You can't see them, in the real world with colors and brightness and detail, shape, size, dimension. You can't actually touch them. Again, these BS beliefs, they only exist in your own mind. The best way to dissociate yourself from this low energy thinking, this crap BS thinking, is to understand that you are not your thoughts. It's like the analogy, you are not the software, but the hardware. And I hope that makes sense to everyone on the webinar today. You have the choice right now in the present moment to be and to feel something different and to act differently from the past. You have a choice to grow a bigger PT business now and earn money. I don't buy into any of this BS stuff that I hear from personal trainers, Frank. I don't think I've got the capability of earning 100,000 plus per year. What's going on is you don't believe that you can earn 100,000 plus per year. But once you start believing that, things start to happen. Once you start believing that and start taking real action, executable action, things will start to happen. I've seen personal trainers go from 35,000 to 110, 120,000 in less than 12 months. And I've also seen personal trainers go from 100,000 to 160,000 in less than 6 months. Some of our members do this. This is all about belief systems, guys, and then aligning that belief system with action. Number 4, reconditioning and reprogram. Create a strong declaration for yourself. I just want to quickly explain something. The difference between a declaration and an affirmation. A declaration is to state an official intention to undertake a particular course of action. Yep. So it's an official intention to undertake, some action steps. It's action oriented. An affirmation states that a goal is already happening or has been achieved. It's a little bit fluffy, and I'll tell you why. Often when we're affirming things or we affirm something that is not real, like I'm earning $1 million per year, the little voice in our head, everyone's got that little voice in our head. I know that you've got that little voice going on. I call that little voice the itty bitty shitty committee, the itty bitty shitty committee. That itty shitty bitty committee responds with, this isn't true. This is total BS. Why are you feeding me this crap? And I'm sure we can all relate to this sort of dialogue. So on the other hand, a declaration is not saying something is true, like an affirmation that can be a little bit fluffy. It's stating that we have an intention of doing or being something. The key word there, guys, is intention. It states that we have an intention of doing something or being something. This is a position that the little voice inside can actually buy into, because we're not saying it's true right now, but again, it's an intention for us in the future. Now, I highly recommend doing declaration work, and guys that are standing there with or sitting there in front of the computer with big biceps and probably going, oh, I don't need to do this. Guys, you need to do this, because we need to get stronger in the mind. No matter what happens, if we don't believe that we can achieve 100,000 plus per year, it ain't going to happen. So I highly recommend doing declaration work. Say your declaration in the morning and also at night multiple times. I would even write your declaration down. And I write my declaration every morning when I wake up, and I also have it on my mobile phone, and I read it multiple times a day. I have little, in my notes, I just have goals, 2015 goals. I have my declaration in there. I have two, and then I have my goals, and I read that every single morning. In fact, I'm pretty much constantly reading it. I want to make sure that my goals are top of mind. And I want to make sure that my belief system is strong in that I can achieve those goals. Start to believe in yourself more and what you can achieve through your personal training business. Remember what I said, every career personal trainer can earn 100,000 plus per year. Remember, beliefs are the lock and key to your business success. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. I know that once personal trainers have a strong belief in growing their PT business and making more money, they simply can. Beliefs dictate your financial destiny. This is what T. Harv Eker's book, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, is all about. Now, there are many different personal training models and formats, what I call blueprints, that will allow you to earn 100,000 plus per year. Let me quickly go through the different primary PT business models and formats. Number one, we've got working out of a health club. Number two, working out of a personal training studio. Three, working outdoors, so doing boot camps. Quite a lot of our members, we've got at least a dozen members that purely work outside. So they're doing boot camps on a regular basis, or they're running challenges, but they purely run outside. Step Into Life, a big franchise here in Australia, they are purely outdoor trainers. Working with clients one-on-one, working with clients in a semi-private format, which is typically 1-on-4, massive in America. There was a big shift in America 15 years ago from one-on-one to semi-private. I still think that there's no doubt semi-private is popular in Australia, but not as popular as it is in the States. So many people do 1-on-4 semi-private in the States. That's where it originated from. Number 6, running small group fitness, inside or outside. Number 7, running large group fitness, probably outside, 10 plus, I'd say 10 to 30. And also number 8, working as an online coach. This also includes running challenges online, like Michelle Bridges here in Australia. And I know we do have some American people on the line, so I'm going to say Jillian Michaels from the US. Now, what comes next? To ensure that you'll earn 100,000 plus per year, I want to take you through 6 key elements. Number 1, you must be willing to work hard. And yes, guys, I know that doesn't sound sexy in an age where everyone wants things now and they want it easy. Well, my attitude is nothing has ever been achieved without hard work. You must be willing to make sacrifices if you want to run a more successful PT business and make more money. Number 2, choose a model from the 8 formats that I've just shared with you. If you want to be an outdoor trainer, great, then go for it. If you want to work out of a gym, have a fitness first, out of a big box club with a good life, go for it. If you want a home base, that's cool. Go with what feels right. All the models and formats that I've shared with you can absolutely earn you 100,000 plus per year. We see this all the time. Number 3, get into business thinking. Firstly, lead generation. What are you going to do about generating leads on a consistent basis? These are questions that you need to be asking yourself and answering at the same time. What marketing tools do you have or need to get, for example, do you have an offer on your business card like free PT sessions, a bit of a tongue twister, or 3 PT sessions for $29.95? There's a tip for you, a strategy, a hook. This is a marketing hook that's working so well with our members. 3 PT sessions for $29.95. I also have a bunch of personal clients that are running with that particular offer at the moment. 3 PT sessions for $29.95. It actually eliminates the tire kickers and it qualifies a lead. No one's going to spend $30 if they're not remotely interested in continuing with your services. How will you be attracting clients with Facebook marketing? It's really important to think about these things, guys. Lead generation. Secondly, ensure that you have a sales conversion system. meaning how do you properly convert a prospect into a paying client? I spoke to someone yesterday that said, Frank, I haven't really got issues with lead generation, but I'm converting about 4 out of 10 people that I do free sessions with. Now, for a personal trainer, I'm just going to be completely honest to you guys, that's really poor. Trainers should be converting at 7 to 8 minimum of free sessions that they do. 4 out of 10, a 40% conversion is really, really poor. Just FYI, health clubs converted about 58% across Australia, have been for years. It used to be 62, it's come down to 58. Personal trainers need to be converting at a higher number than a gym because it's much more personal. So if you're not, if you've got issues converting people, you need to focus on what am I doing wrong and what do I need to be doing right to get that 40% to 80%. You must have systems in place for sales conversions. C, and thirdly, the last one. What do you do to retain clients? You must, again, have systems in place for retaining clients. This means business sustainability. There's no use actually having clients, training those clients for 3 months, and then that client leaves. You must have retention systems in place. Lead generation, sales, and retention. Number 4, make sure that you have a plan and add timelines to the plan. For example, I want to be making X amount of money by X date. Please write this down if you're making notes, writing down notes. I want to be making X amount of money by X date. You've got to put it out there. Far too many personal trainers do not take their PT business serious. They don't take their career serious enough. This is the number one reason why 80% of personal trainers earn less than $40,000 a year. I'm going to say that one more time. 80% of personal trainers earn less than $40,000 a year. It's mind-boggling. Now start thinking more like a businessman or a businesswoman. It's great that you're passionate about personal training, but you've also got to start to increase your knowledge in terms of business because that's what's going to get you to $100,000 plus per year. Number 5, focus. Where focus goes, energy flows. What you think about, you bring about. What you focus on consistently enough in your business grows. Please understand that. On the flip side, what is not in focus is not present in your life. This is why, like my family think it's a joke that I'm looking at my goals and like they think I'm on Facebook or Instagram. I can tell you that I'm not as much as they think that I am. I'm looking at my goals. I'm critiquing my mission statement, my business mission statement, my personal mission statement. I'm constantly looking at my goals because what is in focus, becomes my reality. You create your own reality through the focus of your thoughts and your core beliefs. You create your reality through the focus of your thoughts and your core beliefs. Just by changing your focus, you can change your life to start to earn more money through your PT business. This is why I'm always looking at my goals consistently morning and night and during lunchtime because I want to make sure that these goals are front of mind. Last one, guys, number 6, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate your personal training business. Don't try and be all things to all people because you end up serving no one, especially yourself. Remember, pick a business model or format and commit to it with all 6 points that I've just shared with you. Okay, so now I want to share a business model with you. It was one of my friends, was earning about $120,000, actually a really good friend of mine, was earning about $120,000 per year, maybe just fractionally under. This was about 4 or 5 years ago. It was a really simple model, and the main reason why I want to be sharing this model is that I know that there's many personal trainers working out of health clubs, and I know that we've got some personal trainers working out of health clubs and studios on this particular training webinar. So the model is working out of a health club and only doing 30-minute PT sessions. Now, guys, I could have picked any of the 8 formats and models that I shared before. So please understand, I'm not promoting this model exclusively, but it's just one of the 8. So here we go. My friend was charging $45 per 30-minute session. I'll go through these numbers slowly. So yeah, $45 per 30-minute session. He was taking 8 sessions, so 8 30-minute sessions every morning, so Monday to Friday. That gives him 40 sessions at $45. So he was taking 40 sessions before lunchtime at $45. That gives him $1,800. So he was making $1,800 before 12 o'clock. He was also taking 4 times 30-minute sessions every afternoon or night, Monday to Friday. Let's just call that after 12 o'clock. So that gave him 20 times 30-minute sessions at $45, which is another $900 for the week. So $1,800 before lunch and $900 after lunch for the whole week. Pretty straightforward. So you're taking 4 times 30-minute sessions after 12 o'clock, an extra $900. Total income there was $2,700. So in summary, weekly 30-minute sessions equals 60. So he was doing 60 30-minute sessions, 40 in the morning before lunch and 20 after lunch. 60 times 30-minute sessions at $45, basic mathematics gives us $2,700 per week total in revenue. Now, you had 4 weeks off a year. It's really important to get this. He had 4 weeks off a year and allowed for 8 weeks where he was earning half that $2,700 because of school holidays. Now, being personal trainers, or I was a personal trainer in the past, you understand that during school holidays you get hammered. When I had my studio in Brighton, really affluent area, people were kind of going to Whistler and skiing and to overseas and New York and all that sort of stuff, Positano in Italy, where we were just getting hammered. So he allowed 4 weeks off per year and allowed 8 weeks where he was earning half that $2,700 because of school holidays. That means total income was around $120,000, $118,800 per year. Now remember, guys, he was not working weekends. This was a Monday to Friday gig. Was he working hard? Absolutely. But he was earning $120,000 under a business model that's actually quite challenging. Doing one-on-one training, you can actually get worn out very, very quickly. And I'm sure that people on the line here on the webinar can actually relate to that. Now, this example, as I said, was about 4 or 5 years ago. He's completely changed his business model over the last 2 to 3 years. And 75 to 80% of all his PT sessions now are under a semi-private format. So he's transitioned his business from one-on-one to semi-private. So instead of making $90 per hour, which was 2 times 30-minute sessions at $45, he was charging $45 per half-hour session. He now earns between $160 and $180 per hour because he has 4 people in these semi-private sessions, paying him approximately $40 to $45 for the hour. So he now makes closer to $150,000 per year, which is fantastic income for a personal trainer. And he's not working much harder. I don't buy into this whole idea that, Frank, it's a lot harder to train 4 people than it is to train one-on-one. I mean, you can't pull that over my eyes because I've done over 20,000 personal training sessions over 12 years. And I know, I personally think it's much more fun doing 1-on-4 than one-on-one. I actually think you can get a much better workout. There's much more team support. There's greater energy. If you really think about it, fundamentally, personal training is about energy. If you come in flat, it's pretty much going to be a flat session. When it's 1-on-4, there's much more energy within the session. So, 120,000, great effort on one-on-one, but 150,000, I actually think he's probably doing less hours but making more money. Still Monday to Friday. He's got a beautiful little girl, so it's family time is really, really important. So transition from one-on-one to one-to-many or semi-private. As I mentioned earlier, there are many different blueprints, guys, to earning $100,000 per year as a personal trainer. I really like the semi-private format because it allows you to continue to provide a personalized service all the while making $160 to $180 an hour. You can effectively do 25 hours of face-to-face personal training and make well over $100,000 per year in gross income. For personal trainers wanting to do more semi-private, to earn more money, then it really is a matter of grouping your current one-on-one clients together and then getting your existing clients referring and then grouping those existing clients with the new referrals. You can also start with pairing first. That's what I did many, many years ago. From one-on-one to one-on-two, then you start to go semi-private, 1-on-3 and 1-on-4. So you go one-on-two, then add a third and then a fourth person. You won't be able to turn a predominantly one-on-one PT business into a semi-private overnight, but the key thing, guys, is to start. Here's an example. So this is one of my US-based clients, David McLenny Fitness Studio. He went from purely a one-on-one training studio, this is in the US, to a semi-private or a semi-private and made the transition in less than 12 weeks. He literally changed his entire business model in less than 12 weeks. He now turns over almost double what he was before when he was only training people one-on-one. So the question, some of you may be asking is, Frank, how do I grow my PT business so I can earn 100,000 plus per year? Firstly, get a checkup from the neck up. And I know that sounds cliched and you guys have probably all heard that, but I really do mean that. Tune in and listen to your internal dialogue. What core beliefs, what are your core beliefs telling you? Are you seeing your business through empowering beliefs, like I can earn 100,000 plus per year, or disempowering beliefs? No, Frank, I'm not going to be. I don't have the mindset. I don't have the capability, the education to do this. Are you mainly being positive or negative about your PT business? I hear so much negativity about their business. I can't get people into my boot camp, and it's so hard to transition from one-on-one to semi-private. That thinking is not going to serve you. Remember, your core beliefs are the lock and key to your success now and in the future. I'm just going to grab a sip of water. If you haven't got the right mindset, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how freaking good you are on Facebook or Instagram. you'll really, really struggle to earn 100,000 plus per year. It starts with your mindset. Follow the 6-step process. Number one, be prepared to work hard. I know that doesn't sound sexy, guys, but you've got to sacrifice to actually grow and become successful in life. There's no doubt. The level of sacrifice is totally up to you, but you can't expect to earn $100,000 if we don't work hard. Number two, choose a business model or format. I shared the one-on-one model with you with my friend before, as it's a good platform to transition into semi-private, but I certainly don't. I'm not promoting that as a single platform. There's 8 different models that can help you earn $100,000 per year. Number 3, business thinking, marketing, sales, and retention. Without it, you won't have the opportunity to grow prospects into paying clients, to close them, without keeping them. Retention, you can't have a profitable and sustainable personal training business. So business thinking, marketing, sales, retention. Number 4, have a plan and add timelines to that plan. I want to be earning X amount of money by X date. I do this all the time. Brad and I do this. Number 5, focus. Where focus goes, energy flows. No, I'm not a weirdo that spends 8 hours on Facebook a day. What I do is I do look at my phone and I write my goals and I critique my purpose statement, my business statement, because I know where focus goes, energy flows. I was taught that a long, long time ago by a fantastic person, Dr. John DeMartini. Number 6, lastly, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate your business. Please keep it simple. You must realize you have the personal power to achieve great things in your life and in your business. You just need to believe it with every muscle, every cell, every bone in your body. You can absolutely earn 100,000 plus per year. You just have to believe that you can, and then take aligned action. Now, we know that there are a number of reasons why so many personal trainers attend our webinars. Maybe because you're really struggling to generate leads and paying clients. A lot of personal trainers tell us that they're just not earning enough money as a PT to make ends meet and pay the bills. We get a lot of personal trainers saying that. Frank, I'm just not earning enough money, to raise up, to raise a family. Should I keep doing this? Maybe I need to do something else. Trainers tell us all the time that they need real support, help to get their PT business on the right track and moving forward. I think personal trainers lack real support. There's no doubt about that. We can thank the training organisations. I'll get to that in a second. Current research shows that, as I mentioned, 80% of personal trainers earn less than $40,000 per year. You may be experiencing the same. You can't raise a family on $40K per year. You can't freaking go on any holidays on $40,000 per year. And this is, again, mindset. 80% of it's mind-boggling. When I look at that figure, that was released by IHRSA. When I look at that figure, it just blows me away. How can you live off $40,000 per year? Another alarming statistic in our industry, I mentioned this before, that newly accredited personal trainers will fail and move into another career path within that first 2 years. They don't actually see a third year. So people that have just recently been qualified over the last couple of years will not stay in the industry more than 3 years. In fact, after 2 years, they're pretty much out ski. Again, that the fitness industry is an industry I've been involved in for 23 years, and that sucks. The fact that people are sold this dream during these courses that they can go out and make all this money and they go out and they struggle. They're not being supported. Having successfully worked with hundreds of PTs around the world, I have found that the number one reason for these statistics is that personal trainers simply just don't generate enough leads through marketing. They don't close enough prospects into paying clients to create a successful PT business and have a good living. And again, that comes down to mindset, because they don't believe that they have the capability or the foundational business tools to actually grow a successful business. The problem is that many training organisations are fundamentally failing the industry. And I'll stay on my high horse for about 30 seconds, then I'll get off, because I don't want to get myself worked up here. But they're churning out thousands of personal trainers every single year without providing real-world business and marketing skills. And they're doing this across the world. Australia and America are just so well known for it. You can do a PT course in 12 weeks, and they promise you the world, and you get out there and you go, hell, how do I do this? I can't even freaking earn $30,000 a year, let alone $100,000 that Frank and Brad keep speaking about. They churn these people out in 3 or 4 months. They sell them this dream, and then people go out into the real world and they go, you know what? I can't do this. The basic personal training certification doesn't teach you about how to properly set up business systems for long-term success and profitability. They teach you stuff about anatomy, exercise programming, nutrition, injury management, functional training, but very little about how to grow a successful personal training business that actually makes 100 plus per year. Irrespective of why you're here, guys, the obvious question is, Do you want to continue to struggle if you are struggling and doing things slow and by trial and error? Or do you want to do things systemized, faster, and here's the key word, and learn to earn more money through doing what you're passionate about? And that's the key thing, guys, to learn to earn more money doing what you're passionate about. It pains me that people are so passionate about the industry that are doing personal training, they're doing okay, and all of a sudden that okay turns into, you know what, Frank, I'm going backwards, and then within a year or two they're out of the industry, pouring beers or back bricklaying or back working at a factory or back working for their parents' business. It's because they, A, haven't got the mindset, they haven't got the support to push them forward. The choice is yours to make today, but be fully aware, guys, that what you decide will have significant consequences on the success of your business now and in the future. Most personal trainers are very good at training clients. There's no doubt about that. This is what they're paid to do. They're paid to train people. They help clients get better results. The problem is, no one's actually helping them to get great results faster in their own business, certainly not the organizations that are meant to be helping trainers. And I'll get off my high horse now. There seems to be a poor business mindset in the fitness industry where many personal trainers don't treat their business as a true business. So many trainers that we meet, kind of do a part-time, oh, Frank, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. They don't treat it as a true business, a business that can actually earn them a good amount of money, where they can have a really comfortable life. They spend very little time on marketing and on planning and on lead generation or business development. They think that they can build a solid business by training a few friends, a few family members, asking for a few referrals. You might be able to relate here, guys. It's not how you earn 100,000 plus per year as a PT business owner. You need to take your business a lot more serious. 2 years ago, Brad and I set out on a mission, and that mission was to create the world's largest online business training program for personal trainers. And we developed a detailed plan to completely revolutionize the way personal trainers actually looked at their business as a whole. We wanted personal trainers to start to look at their business as a real business. So what does the world's leading online business training program actually mean for you personally? In short, it means you'll have at your fingertips literally everything you need to become a more successful personal training business owner, with all the business growth tools at your disposal to help you earn 100,000 plus per year. You know what I'm going to do? Let me actually show you let me show you inside what we call the PT Business Accelerator program. This is the actual membership site. The membership program, and I'm going to go slow here, guys, just so everyone can really understand what this program is all about. We are so proud of this, and you'll never meet two people that are more self-critical than Brad and I. Two typical Virgos, extremely self-critical, but I can say that this is one of the proudest things that I've ever done, that I've ever put together, ever. The membership program has been developed with 12 very structured monthly modules. Every module has been carefully planned to build your business step by step from the ground up. It is very, very sequential. Every 30 days, you gain access to a brand new business module with new strategies and cutting-edge business content. We've made this program as simple as possible so people can understand and easily implement the strategies to grow a more successful PT business. Keywords here, easier and faster, easier and faster. During the 12-month program, we cover a wide range of topics, guys, including business systems. It's so important to have your business system set up from the get-go. Optimizing your website to increase leads. Brad is an absolute master of this. He's been building websites and social media pages, etc., for the industry for 7 or 8 years now. So it's so important to get that right. Social media mastery. The entire module 3 is dedicated to social media. Number 4, we've got advanced information about filling your boot camps and challenges. Client retention systems. We've got 19 specific referral strategies that can be easily implemented. Information on strategic partnerships to grow your PT business faster, and also passive income streams to get you to start making money and start to think about you making money, passive income. And that's what all personal trainers want to earn more of, passive income. We've got an entire module. Brad takes you through that step by step. Throughout the program, we use a combination, guys, of short videos, blueprint flowcharts, PDF downloads, expert interviews done for your email campaigns. We have over 200 email campaigns done for your email campaigns, cheat sheets, again, to make things easier and faster for you. Our entire program has been designed to help you generate more leads and convert more clients and retain more clients. And at the end of the day, we've done that so you can actually make more money. Additionally, all our PT members gain access to 2 live coaching webinars every single month. These webinars cover a wide range of topics, and each webinar has live Q&A at the end to answer all your questions. Look at this as direct coaching and mentoring for your PT business. And the webinars are also recorded, so you have access to all the webinars on our membership site. So if you can't make a live webinar, it's recorded and uploaded within a couple of days. We've got dozens of webinars now. In fact, most of our members say, Frank, Brad, the gold is in the webinars. You just listen to those webinars and you can pick up so much information on how to actually gain clients, actually, keyword there, how to actually gain clients from Facebook, what to do on Instagram, why plastic gift cards are the #1 marketing tool for personal trainers. Those webinars are absolutely gold. At PT Business Coaches, we really pride ourselves on our support. We have developed an extensive support system for all our members, including a private Facebook group where you can ask questions 24/7, and we do really mean that. With our ongoing support, you'll never feel lonely like so many personal trainers do in their business. We're literally in that private Facebook group every day, and we're here to answer your questions. And I love the fact if we don't answer the questions, the other members will. We have a very, very active private Facebook group, and some of our, like one of our members yesterday, Georgie, she actually uploaded a business card to ask for feedback. And before I could get to the feedback, members were saying, Georgie, change this, change your Hotmail address, make this bigger. So the support network on our private Facebook group is so cool. So how much does it cost to join our Business Accelerator program? Some competitors in the marketplace in Australia charge over $2,000 a month for personal training coaching. That's $24,000 a year. We understand that the majority of personal trainers simply, they haven't got these funds. Our program is not even half. It's not even 10% of that. Well, it is 10%. So for only $197 per month, $197 per month, you get access to all the tools, the strategies, the support to grow your personal training business easier and faster. It's literally generate one new client from the program and pays for the entire membership. So I don't buy this concept that like the two guys from Adelaide, Frank, we don't know if we can add one extra session to our diary per week. It's like $49. It's like one extra. It's a 1/2 hour session or a 45-minute session to actually cover the cost of the program. To me, it's an absolute no-brainer. Now, there is absolutely no fixed contracts on the program. You can choose to cancel your membership at any time. You literally, you'll get Brad and I's private email. You can shoot us an email and say, guys, not for me, can we please cancel? So you're not bound by anything. You are just bound by how much commitment and how hard you want to work to actually grow your PT business. So for a limited time, we're opening the doors to our PT Business Accelerator program. We don't do these webinars every single month, hence the reason why I said limited time. You can actually get into the program and invest only $7 and you're in, literally for 30 days. So we're doing a 30-day trial, $7. This is 25 cents per day. It's crazy, and you can get in right now. So for $7, you can get in. Now, just want to quickly go through something. For the first 15 personal trainers, we love to reward action takers. For the first 15 personal trainers who take action on the $7 trial, we'll be rewarding those people with $500 worth of free bonus material, including our email marketing bootcamp for fitness professionals. This is a one-day workshop that I do. I do it about 3 times a year on the East Coast, Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. You actually get this as signing up on our $7 trial. You also get our highest converting emails. Again, these are email campaigns, sequential email campaigns that have actually been used by our members, our top 7 marketing ebooks, and our 3-part video course about Facebook marketing. One of our coaches specializes in Facebook marketing. This is a video course that you actually get for free. So it's massive value there, guys. Really quickly, just want to share with you what some of our current members are saying about the program. This is Lance, and Sam Lance is quite active in the private Facebook group. Each month, we're given structured information that we work through at our own pace, as well as informative webinars, and the ability to talk to the coaches themselves. A worthwhile investment for PT business coaches. Lance is very, very active in the group, and it's so cool because it just means to me that he's also always taking action on what's being shared in the private Facebook group, but also in the back-end membership site. This is Brad Caskelly from Melbourne. The PT Business Accelerator program has given me the confidence to now go out and open my own personal training studio. The guys provide great support to all the members, and I highly recommend any PT to join their program and community. I'm so proud of this guy. I'm going to show you something. Brad Caskelly worked out of his garage for 10 years in Melbourne. He invited me to go and have a look. He's not far from my office, probably about 7 or 8 Ks. And it was a pretty tough gig. He did pretty well to be there for 9 or 10 years, but it was a single car garage. And he goes, Frank, I am absolutely exhausted. He goes, I've been working my butt off. He didn't say butt, he said something else, but it was a lot worse than butt. And he goes, I've done well. He goes, but I can't do it anymore. This is a single car garage, and he was getting people to do burpees and all sorts of stuff in the driveway. He joined our program. We did a very soft launch on our program last October. He joined it 12 months ago. He's actually gone through the entire 12 months, so he gets the program free. That's another thing that I didn't mention, that the program actually goes for 12 months, and then after that, you get the entire program for free. It's called Forever Access. All the webinars, even the support group, you don't get kicked out of the support group. You're actually in the support group forever. You can just kick yourself out when you want. So about 3 weeks ago, he opened up his own personal training studio, and I'm so proud of him, and it's not far from my office. I haven't been there, but I'm definitely going to go and check it out. So for almost 10 years, he was working out of a single car garage, and like he said in his testimonial, that it gave him the confidence, his belief system, that he could go open up his own personal training studio. And this is what he opened up in Sandringham. So we're so proud of Brad. We're hopefully going to get out there and have a look at his studio, but that's what he was able to achieve during our program. Last one from Tim, just do it. It's a risk-free program, and if you're serious about taking your business forward, then the PT Business Coaches program is for you. So many done for your systems to allow you to save time and earn more money. Like I said, we've got over 200 done for your email campaigns. All right, guys, so simply go to this URL, www.ptbusinesscoaches.com, get started. We've just literally yesterday been accredited with 15 CC points, and we are so happy to do this. For our American members, we haven't told them this yet, but we're going to try to do the same thing next year. It's a pretty drawn-out process, but Fitness Australia have now credited our program, so you get 15 CC points at the end of the program. We are so excited about that. So it's just a really, really big tick for our organisation. It's a really big tick from Fitness Australia to have the belief and faith that we've created something so special for our members. Remember, for the first 15 personal trainers that get in, you'll receive over $500 worth of bonus material. Again, guys, it's a no-brainer. It's $7 for the first 30 days. I just want to say thanks for attending the training webinar. I am going to stick around for questions. Please go to www.ptbusinesscoaches.com/get started to sign up for your 30-day trial for only $7. We really look forward to seeing you on the inside. All our coaches do. Within 3 or 4 days, you'll actually get an email from either myself or Brad, who own the company that started PT Business Coaches. We're actually going to do an orientation call. We don't outsource this to Pakistan or the Philippines. We actually want to talk to you about what your starting point is and where you want to go with your business. We cover 3 things: your starting point, which I call the current reality. We talk about where you want to go, your results, and we also talk about the roadblocks that you perceive that you have within your own mind or within your own business. So we actually do the orientation call with you. We usually do that about 3 or 4 days after you've joined. So guys, I am going to grab a sip of water, and that's meant to say ptbusinesscoaches.com/get started. I do apologize that that's been cut off. I'm going to grab a sip of water, and I'm absolutely going to hang around for about 10 minutes to answer any questions that you guys have about your business or about the program. So let's get started here. Okay, there's quite a few questions. Let me go with this one first. Jamie, just go to that, just go sign me up. Fantastic, mate. Just go to that URL, www.ptbusinesscoaches.com, which is our website, /get started, and you'll be able to sign up, mate. It's not an issue there. Brad, can you just send me a message? There's some people that are saying that they can't hear me. So actually, if some of you guys could just put, yes, I can hear you. I've got just a couple of people saying I can't hear you. So I'm not sure what's happened there. Okay, beautiful. Okay, I'm not sure what's happened there. Some of the guys on the line, I can't hear you. I'm so sorry, Anna. It says muted. I don't know why. Some other people, if you could just, all good? No, all good. Okay, I really apologise, and I'm not sure why you can't hear me. So I'm just getting a few people, actually most people are now saying, yes, all good, all good. Yes, I can hear you. Thanks, Ed. Thanks, Brad. Let me get stuck into the question. Is there a minimum term? So Jamie, there's no minimum term. It's basically the program goes for 12 months, but you can opt out at any stage. So there's no minimum term. The program goes for 12 months. At the end of the 12 months, you get the program for free, plus you get CC points, 15 CC points, which is the maximum amount of points you can get for any program in Australia. Those CC points are only relevant to people from Australia. We are going to be setting this up with US and also Canada and New Zealand next year. That's our focus. But at the moment, 12 months, at the end of the 12 months, you get the program for free plus your CC points. But if it's not for you, just literally opt out. And thank you for everyone just replying. And if you could just type in whether you can or can't hear me at the moment, that would be fantastic. I'll keep going through the question, guys. So this is a question from Ray. Is semi-private better than small group fitness? Good question, Ray. Semi-private is typically 1 on 4. Small group fitness, I like 6 to 10. It's not a matter of being better. It's just a matter of what particular model you want to stick to. If semi-private's the model that you want to stick with, then do that. If it's small group fitness, you can absolutely make $100,000 plus in both. I love semi-private because it's still very personalized. I think when you're doing 1 on 10, small group fitness, 1 on 8, you can start to lose a little bit of that personal feel. So I think absolutely both are conducive to 100K plus per year. There's no doubt about that. It's about what you want to do as a personal trainer. For me, I love semi-private because it still has that personal aspect attached to it. Okay, guys, I've got another question, a couple of questions here. So just keep them coming. I'm literally going to be on the webinar for another 10 minutes asking questions. So what else have we got here? So Chantel, are there any additional costs apart from the $197 per month after 30 days? Chantel, there isn't. It's $197 for 11 months. Again, no contracts. There's no cost at all. I mean, we certainly talk to you about, have you got your website? Do you need your website optimized? We do all that stuff, but we don't. This is not a program about upselling. There's so many programs that exist like this, and I'm not going to mention any names, but I will mention they're trying to get people onto supplements and all sorts of network marketing, which you just got to be careful there. But it's $197 a month, and that's all. There is no hidden cost. And again, please remember you can opt out at any time. So it's $7 to get access for the first 30 days. You get unlimited access. You're not treated any differently. There's a link. You get there's an email that you get straight after you join. There's your passwords and usernames to the back-end membership site, which will just blow you away, the amount of content. Actually, I wanted to quickly share a story with you, if that's cool. So I rang Fitness Australia about I know Brad loves telling me a story. I rang Fitness Australia about 6 to 7 weeks ago and gave them all the information about our program. And Francesca, lovely lady, she said, I asked her, how long do the assessors take to assess programs, to align them with CC points? And she goes, every assessor is allocated 4 hours. And I started to chuckle, like I actually started to, oh, that's just so funny. Like maybe it was a bit offensive. She goes, is everything okay? And I said, 4 hours? I said, there's over 1,000 uploads in this membership program. Now, there's over 100 videos, 200 email campaigns, probably 150 sheets. I said, there's over 1,000 uploads. And she goes, Frank, let me just have a look. So she had a look at the program. She goes, yeah, we'll need 4 to 6 weeks. Apparently, it's the biggest program they've ever seen. So hence the reason why we got the maximum CC points. But I just thought it was funny that, they could think that they could assess it in 4 hours. And I don't even think they would have assessed all of it because it takes more than 4 to 6 weeks to go through that entire program. So, I'm not even sure why I actually mentioned that. What else have we got here, guys? Do you cover outdoor personal training? Brian, we do. So I believe that might be module 5, Brian. So there's an entire module set up for, boot camp, how to promote boot camp on Instagram, on Facebook, how to get big numbers into your boot camp. So there is a specific model just on boot camps and challenges. And I think, looking at my notes here, I've got it in front of me. It is number 5. So cash generators, filling your boot camps and challenges. So we have quite a few. I'm actually surprised that we have as many outdoor trainers, members as we do, but we have quite a lot of outdoor PTs across Australia in our program, and Module 5 is the killer one there. So, all right, guys, I'll keep going. Do you have access to all the modules when you sign up? Ryan, great question. So you have access to the entire membership program except for modules 2 and 12. because every 30 days a module is released. But you get unlimited access to all the webinars. We've got about 25 or 28 webinars on there, a bunch of bonuses. You get access to everything except, every 30 days you get released a module. So I hope that makes sense. So in 30 days, module 2 will be released, and another 30 days, module 3 will be released. We've been asked this question a lot over the last week. Frank, can I get access to the entire program? Now, my recommendation is, if you're just starting out, like you've been in the industry for, let's say, less than a year, I wouldn't recommend that. If you own a small studio, if you're a very experienced PT, you might have some PTs working underneath you. If you have a small studio, big studio, even a small gym, we've got a few members that actually own small health clubs, I would then recommend thinking about that, and we can release everything. It is a discounted price, so you just pay for the entire course up front, and there is a discount. Ryan, if that interests you, just please send me an email at frank@ptbusinesscoaches.com, frank@ptbusinesscoaches.com. It is a question that we're getting a lot lately. Can I get access to everything, which is so much information. But for advanced people that have their own studio, or that their own small gym, or they're well established, you might be working out of a fitness first, doing well, and now you want to open up a studio, then I think it is absolutely worth it. I think it's module 11 or module 12. We actually show people how to open up their own studio. And if you have a studio, we actually tell them how to go 2 studios or 3. So that's module 11 or 12. So Ryan, thank you for the question. Great question. Ruby, if I do the first month trial and decide it isn't for me at the end of the month, can I opt out at that point? Do I get charged anything extra? Ruby, if you think that the information in that program is not going to help you achieve 100,000 plus, you just email us before the 30 days and we'll cancel you out of the program and take you out of the private Facebook group. So it's not an issue. There's no contracts, Ruby. So great question. But yeah, you can absolutely opt out at any time during the 30 days or whatever. So guys, I will say this, and I mean this, that hardly any personal trainers that come into the program actually leave the program. It's the people that leave are the people that actually get out of the industry, because they're, and the reason why is because of the support. That is the number one reason why people stay. It's not the CC points. It might be the fact that you get the entire program for free after 12 months. I think that's so cool. It's pretty giving from us. That's what we've been told. And I agree. It is super cool that you get support, unlimited support, all the webinar recordings, all the updates, everything for free. But it's the support that keeps people in the program. For you to put a flyer together or a Facebook post and upload it into our private Facebook group and say, hey guys, is this going to work? Has this worked for you? To put some, will this email work? And for the members to get behind you, and for the coaches to get behind you, it's the support that makes the difference. I just missed all that. My internet dropped out. Ryan, really quickly, buddy, just what I said is you have access to everything on the membership site, but not modules 2 to 12. So yeah, you get released. A module gets released every 30 days. If you want the entire program, that's fine. Just shoot me an email, frank@ptbusinesscoaches.com. We can certainly set you up with that. You just have to pay for the entire program outright, but there is a discount associated with that. As I said, we've had quite a few members over the last week or 2 weeks. Even prospects just tell us, people that are not in the program but trainers have gone, you know what, Frank, can I get the whole program? You can. Great idea if you own a PT studio or you're wanting to open up a PT studio. It's worth thinking about. Okay, let me keep going here. What else have we got here? Okay, this is from... So Sarah's asked me how do I get the CC points. At the end of the 12 months, Sarah, there is an online form with 24 multiple choice questions. I've written the questions and they're really, it's just easy. Like, there is no way that anyone can fail that test. You do have to get 20 out of 24, but you get 3 goes at it. And if you don't get through it the second time, Brad and I take you through the third time. So so you'll get your CC points. So there's an online course. Online form. You fill out that form. As I said, there's 24 questions, multiple choice, A, B, C, D. It is very, very easy. I can't stress that enough. And then you get you basically give that to us. We sign off on it, send it to Fitness Australia. We get your certificate, and then your 15 points. So it's really straightforward. I think you need 20 or 22 in the industry. So kind of 75, 80% of the points have been received through that actual the program. Ryan, you're welcome. What else have we got here? I think we're just about it, guys. I'm just kind of clicking through all the questions now. Question from Andrew. And sorry, guys, if I've missed your questions. I'm just going to, there's just so much stuff going on here. Everyone that could hear me is all on the same kind of same page. Question from Andrew. How much content is on social media? Andrew, it's a good question. It's just strange. We get this question a fair bit, and it's interesting. It's not strange. It's a good question. Module 3 is entirely on social media. So if I just look over my shoulder here, attraction-based marketing with social media, it's called. So all of Module 3 is literally about social media, Facebook. And Andrew, we actually do a lot of webinars. We do 2 webinars every single month, and half an hour of real content, and then 30 minutes of Q&A. Look at that as coaching for your business. We cover social media a lot. Brent speaks to that. In fact, we're doing another webinar in a couple of weeks, and it's about Facebook. It's a place where personal trainers need to know a lot more of to be able to gain clients. It's one thing to have likes. It's another thing to make those, or to get those likes into qualified leads and then into clients. So Facebook is an area that we cover a lot. All of Module 3 is about social media, but we actually cover it in a lot of our webinars. Guys, there's already people, I've just got a little message here, there's already people that have signed and are already in our program. So if you go into webinars, click onto the tab, webinars, you'll see, I think it's, as I said, 25 or 28 different webinar topics. You would go in there, simply pick a webinar topic that you're interested in. If it's Facebook, if it's Instagram, if it's how to convert more prospects into paying clients, if it's passive income streams, whatever title stands out at you, go in there, click it and watch it. All the webinars go for about 55, 60 minutes. Make sure you have a notepad and pen. That's where all the gold is. All our members to say, Frank, it's the webinars. It's the webinars and the support in the private Facebook group that is worth the $197.49 per week. .com, Ryan. So it's frank@ptbusinesscoaches.com, not .au. So it's frank@ptbusinesscoaches.com. You can always just private message me, mate. So, or even if you do info@ptbusinesscoaches.com, info@ptbusinesscoaches.com. What else have we got here? Are you guys going to have a stand at the Sydney Fitness Expo? Ruby? No, we're not Ruby. We had a stand at Filex in Melbourne, and we thought really carefully about doing it at Sydney, but they said it was 8 to 10 times smaller than the expo at Filex, so we sort of gave it a miss. So no, we're not going to be there this year. All right, guys, I think we're signed up. Thanks, Jamie. Thank you. That's cool, mate. So I'll reach out, or either Brad or myself will reach out to you in the next few days just to do your orientation call. Again, it's really about understanding your starting point and then when you want to go from there. So, guys, I'm clicking up. I think that's pretty much it. Most of the what's that, Ruby? I've answered that one. What else have we got here? So that's one more. I think we've got one more. That's it, guys. I'll take this question. Then I think we're done. So this is a question from Tony. Is the entire business training program free after 12 months? Tony, it is. As I mentioned in the webinar. So at the end of the 12 months, you get your 15 CEC points after you fill out the online form, the assessment, which is 24 multiple choice question. Then you get the entire program for free, including the support. We don't kick you out of the support. You actually kick us out. When you're done with us, or when you're out of the industry or whatever, you just you can exit the support. But it's called lifetime access, and we've mainly done that because of action. We just want to reward action takers, and the best thing to do to reward action takers is, after 12 months you can have the program for free, plus you can have 15 CCs. So it's an absolute no-brainer. I think that's it, guys. I'll just look at great, George. Thank you, I appreciate that. Ryan, you are welcome. I think we're done, guys. Ryan, hopefully that email worked. As I said, mate, if it doesn't, go info@ptbusinesscoaches.com. This is awesome, guys. I'm almost kind of feel I've had 3 people get off the webinar over the last 20 minutes, so I almost feel bad getting off. But unless I've got any more questions to answer, I'm gonna shoot off. I think I've answered all questions, and I'm really sorry that you can't hear me. I don't know why that's the case, because I got so many people saying yes, Frank, we're all good to go. Taylor, hopefully, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. that the webinar is being recorded, so hopefully we won't have any technical problems, and we'll have this recording out to you today. So I'm sorry that you've missed it, but yeah, we're recording it as I speak, and hopefully it'll be okay, and we'll be able to get this out to you within the next 24 hours, bar any technical problems. I'm thinking we're all good. We've had no issues, I don't think, apart from someone, and one of the attendees said that she couldn't hear me, and I don't know why, but we'll look into that. But yeah, okay, you're welcome. Okay, Darren, you are welcome. Yeah, guys, that's it. That's it for the questions. I thought I was going to probably get hammered with more questions today, so all is good. I hope to see you on the inside. As I said, to me, it's an absolute no-brainer. 30 days for $7, and then you can ascertain or listen whether you want to stay in the program and you want your support. We'll be doing more webinars probably later in the year. I think we've got one left, and then we'll certainly be doing a series of webinars later in the year. We'll always try to bring you, really good content on social media, Facebook and Instagram, and how you actually not only build a following but actually get clients. It's one thing to have, 10,000 Instagram likes or 50,000 Facebook likes, but if you can't get clients, if you can't generate clients from those social media platforms, it really doesn't mean a great deal apart from social proof, which is important for your PT business. But we want to be able to get clients from those social media platforms. We'll talk about conversion tools and all sorts of funky stuff in the next kind of 12 months. So, guys, thank you for staying till the very end of this webinar. I know I don't know what the time is, but I'm sure that we've gone way over time. We have. It's 2:15 here in Melbourne. So thank you so much. And, yeah, hopefully I'll see some of you guys, if not all of you guys, on the inside with Brad. Bye for now.